Success. So I was actually the first person in line. Glad I got there when I did. I only got there like 15 minutes early, but I'm glad I got there when I did because there were a few people who came after me. I was in the neighborhood, so I figured let's check Cash America, see if they've gotten anything within the last week. Let's go. Nothing today. This happens sometimes. Sometimes if you come back too quickly, they just don't get any new stuff, but other times they do. So that's okay. I think I'm gonna actually, for once, I'm actually gonna head to Queen of Ponds just because I don't check there very often. Every now and again they'll have something, so I'll go check, see if they got anything good, and who knows, maybe we'll get something. Yeah, might as well give it a shot. Let's check Queen of Ponds, see if they got anything today. Let's go. Well, I actually came away with something. So as you saw, they had a pretty good collection of games, and they usually do in there. The problem is their pricing is usually pretty terrible. It wasn't for one instance. So they wanted 13 for Xbox One and PS4, which is absolutely not worth it, especially considering what they had. But they did have some Switch games. And originally the sign on the door said they'd ask for 20 to 25, depending on the game. I talked to the guy, and he said he'd do them for like 13 or 14 each. I think he did 13 each. So I grabbed 2 of them, and these 2 games I think are good. One is to add to the collection. One is to flip. The one to flip is Nintendo Switch Sports because it trades in the Gamestop for $22. So easy profit. And then I also got Hasbro Game Night on the Switch loose as well. I mostly just grabbed it because, it's always fun to have some board games available on your Switch. So figured I'd snag it. So yeah, 2 games. I think I paid like 26, so like 13 or 14 each. Not too bad. And since I'm in the neighborhood, let's check Value Pawn. I doubt I'm going to find anything, but you never know. Let's go. Yeah, once again, nothing. Didn't really have anything new, and the stuff they've had has been sitting there for a while, and they haven't changed the prices at all, so it's not worth my time. Anyway, short little pawn hunt trip, but I'm going to head over to GameStop next. So I'll do that. We'll see what happens. All right, so I'm back home from our game hunting adventure, and I did come across one additional game that I picked up, and you're probably going to laugh at this one. From Walmart. The main reason why I picked this up is it was on clearance. It's a PS5 game, and it looks bad. It looks really bad, but I have a feeling it's going to be a great candidate for bad games, and I think I'm probably going to play it during the holidays because it kind of fits that theme. We have Winter Sports Games 4K edition for the PS5 from our favorite bad game publisher, GS2 Games. This looks really terrible. I don't know why it released on the PS5, but it did. The main reason why I got it, not gonna lie, there's a curling mini game in this. One of the strangest winter sports of all time. So I figured, you know what? I think this would be kind of a fun bad game that we can play for Let's Play Bad Games over the holidays. So I snagged it. It was $10 on clearance from Walmart. So not too bad for a brand new sealed PS5 game. So sure, why not? Add it to the pile. And we got a little bit more exciting stuff coming later in the week. So we'll get to that when it comes in. Hey everybody, so today we are going to go on a little bit of an adventure, and there's a couple of reasons why. First off, I have to give a lovely shout out to Amazon, who has failed in 2 different instances this week of giving me an item that I pre-ordered on time. And apparently this isn't just me, there's a lot of other people who've had the exact same thing. But essentially, both the Trinity Masquerade edition of Bayonetta 3 and the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet OLED Switch were supposed to come out this week. Actually, Trinity Masquerade was supposed to come out last week. That got delayed a week. And then it just got delayed again. The Switch was supposed to come out today. I was supposed to get it today. That got delayed till Tuesday. So I'm a little frustrated with Amazon. So I did see that apparently most GameStops are supposed to have the Switch in stock today. So what I'm going to attempt to do is head to GameStop and try to get one that way and then cancel my Amazon order. So we'll see if it works. If it doesn't, that's okay. Afterwards, we're actually going to do some game hunting because they're also doing a 50% trading credit bonus right now. And I got a bunch of stuff coming up that I want to pick up. So, plus, I mean, Christmas is coming up too. So I figured, let's go try to gather as much trading credit as possible at GameStop. Help me pay off some of the stuff that's coming out. And hopefully we'll also come away with that OLED Switch. So I'm going to head over there in a few minutes and we're going to see what happens. Looks like I'm the first one here, which means I should be guaranteed a Switch, assuming they have them. So I'm going to get in line and hopefully I'll come away with the Pokemon Switch. Success. So I was actually the first person in line. Glad I got there when I did. I only got there like 15 minutes early, but I'm glad I got there when I did because there were a few people who came after me. I don't know how many Switches they had, but they had at least a couple, so glad I scored it. But I was able to acquire the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Nintendo Switch OLED edition. I'm very excited about this. This is, of course, my first Switch OLED. I'm going to do an unboxing later today of it, as well as getting it set up and everything transferred. But very excited, of course. This is based on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It looks fantastic. I'm stoked. I'm ready to play this thing. So I'll probably do some Switch gameplay later today, even though the game's not out yet. So this limited edition Switch does not come with the game. It's just a limited edition console, but still pretty awesome. So glad I was able to score one. Now I can cancel my Amazon order because I don't need it anymore. And we're going to do some game hunting now and potentially head back to GameStop because I want to do some trade-ins. So let's go ahead and see what we can find out in the wild. First pawn shop stop of the day is Simple Pawn, and yes, the Game Hunt cam is back. Let's head in and see what we can find because GameStop is doing a 50% trade-in bonus deal right now. So we want to try to get as many games as we can to trade in. Get some sweet, sweet extra bonus credit. Let's go check and see what we can find. Hello. Thank you. Yeah, that was a bust. Just nothing good in there. They had a few games, but they've all the same stuff that's been there for a while, and they wouldn't budge on PS5 stuff. Those are all overpriced. So the only thing that was worth getting was if I could have found some Xbox One and PS4 to do that 3 for $20 deal, but there was just nothing good in there. So, oh well, it is what it is. Time to move on and see what else we can put together. The last several times I've come to Cash America, I struck out. Will today be different? Here's hoping. Let's go and see what we can find. How's it going?
Yeah, boss.
Thanks, you too, man. Strikeout number 2. Just nothing in there, man. It's rough. There were a couple games in there that I thought about trying to trade in, but they had 2 copies of Call of Duty Black Ops 3 but the trade-in value has dropped down to $770, and they were asking for 20, so obviously that's a terrible deal. Yeah, just nothing, man. They haven't been getting much new, and the stuff they've got is either overpriced or just not worth it. So strikeout number 2. I hope this isn't a whole dud, but I guess we'll have to see. Anyway, on to Value Pawn and see what they got. Stop number 3 is Value Pawn. Don't typically score here, but every now and again I do. Since I've struck out my first 2 stops, hopefully this one will be the charm. Let's see. Nothing I'm interested in, but until they get new games, that is the question. All right, we might have a couple. Let's see what we can do with these 2. Oh yeah, let me check real quick. Yeah, okay. We'll see if we can do a nice thing. Hello, I might be interested in these. If you could do any of those on me. Anything for me?
So,
the lady can't go. She put it in her phone right now.
You'll have it? Okay.
$15 for the pair.
Sounds good. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You want the receipt?
Yes, please. All right. Thank you very much. Success! We did it. We got something. Talk about it in a sec. Hey, it wasn't a bust. That's all I can say. So I went in there not expecting much, and they did have a few new games. One which I knew right off the bat I was going to have to get because it was slightly underpriced. And the other, I took a gamble, and the gamble really paid off. So we're going to start off with Halo the Master Chief Collection on the Xbox One. I knew this had some good value, and it does. It's worth like $13 in trade-in at GameStop base. So with the 50% bonus, it's going to be worth even more. Should be close to 20. I did pick up Civilization on the PS4 because that was worth 8 in trade-in, but they did not have the disc, so I did not get that one. But I did get, and this was the gamble, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands on the Xbox One. Now, if you notice, it is priced at $25. This has been sitting in there for a while now, and I figured I would take it up and see if I could get it for a little cheaper. And without me even having to negotiate, I talked to the guy, and he bundled both of these for $15. So Halo was originally priced at $9, and this one's priced at $25. I got them both for $15, so $7.50 each. Wonderlands is worth $16 in trade-in without any bonuses. So both of those I'm going to make a sizable trading credit profit on, which is fantastic. So at least I got something. Now I'm hoping I can pad it out a bit more. At least one, maybe two more pawn shops. We'll see how I feel. But hey, at least we got something we can trade in. Next up is La Familia. Every now and again I score here. And with the 50%, I might be able to score even better. Let's go take a look, see what we got. Moved everything. Okay, they're over here now.
Yeah.
Ahí a ti también se te cayó un relojito, papá.
¿Cuál?
Un relojito.
El azul, ¿cuánto me queda? ¿Yo está en el piso?
No, lo tengo atrás.
Ok,
missing the
dame
adapter.
hasta el lunes, ver qué yo puedo hacer, por favor.
Serían 17, papá.
Ajá.
Ya lo abrió.
Ya está. Ella la dejó open. So that's a good thing to do. Se lava la queda. Me entiendo, pues. Como se hace la de banco.
Strikeout number 3. Yeah, so they moved their games to the very front of the store and didn't have much left. They got rid of a lot of stuff, it looks like. And the stuff they had left just wasn't worth grabbing. So, oh well. I guess I'm going to check one more place just because I feel like going back with just 2 games is kind of a waste, but we'll see. I got one more value pawn I can check, and then we'll see what happens from there. Last pawn shop is value pawn. Hopefully we can get a couple more things to add to the trade pile. So let's check it, see what's going on. Another bust. As you saw, there were 2 games in there that I was tempted to get. They were Resident Evil Village on PS5 and Horizon Forbidden West. The prices were pretty much right on the money in terms of what they were going for, actually a little higher than what they were going for. So I tried to negotiate down, wouldn't budge, so it's another pass. Oh well, we ended up with 2 games that we're going to trade in at GameStop. I wish it would have been more because I feel it's kind of a waste to only trade in 2 games, but it is what it is. Anyway, I'm going to head to GameStop next, trade in my 2 games, see what I come away with. And we're back. This time to trade in a couple games and we'll see what I come away with. Let's go in for one last time this week. All right, it is time for the final recap of a pretty eventful week. Where I've got mostly stuff that you've already seen, but a few things you haven't, and some you haven't seen in as much detail as you will know. Yeah, lots of stuff, lots of pickups. Pretty happy with everything we did this week. So we're going to start off with Queen of Pawns, where I actually found a couple Switch games. I'm going to keep this in the case, so I'm not going to show you the chip, but I ended up keeping one game. That was Hasbro Family Game Night on the Switch. It's a game I didn't have, and it was a little bit underpriced. Actually, no, it wasn't. Never mind. For a Switch game, it wasn't bad. Paid 13, it was worth 10. So nothing crazy, but you know, that's okay. It is what it is. So, not too bad. Anyway, next we're gonna go to Walmart, where I haven't even opened this game yet. I mean, I'm sure it's not good. I'm gonna have to play it at some point, probably for bad games since it's winter related, maybe for Christmas. We have Winter Sports Games, the 4K edition on the PS5. As you can see, it was clearance out at $10 at Walmart. I have no doubt this game is bad. I mostly just got it because it's a cheap PS5 game and it's got a curling mini game that just amuses me. Anyway, I paid $10. It's actually worth $10 new, so Walmart on point with their pricing for that one. So, pretty crazy. Next up, we're gonna go to GameStop, where I picked up a couple things. This one I mostly picked up. Originally I picked it up as a Christmas present, but now that I think about it, I don't think he's really gonna want it. The person I originally got this for. So instead, I think I'm just gonna flip it back to GameStop. But I'll be able to do so for a profit because of trade-in bonuses going on. Although I will say, originally this was going for about $6, $6.60 in trade-in, and it has dropped a bit. I'm guessing it's because it's on clearance. But I still will be able to get at least a little bit of a profit out of it. We have Persona 5 Strikers on the PS4. I paid less than $2 for this. It was like $1.90 because it was on clearance and I had a little bit extra credit. And it is worth $5.20 in credit. So not much, but hey, what can you do? I'll add it to my trade pile and might get something decent out of it. And then of course the other big thing that I got that you have not seen in all its glory is of course my brand new Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Nintendo Switch OLED system. This thing is beautiful. Check out my unboxing video if you've not seen it. But look at all the designs. It's just a really nice Switch. I haven't played much on it. I definitely want to, but it's just a really, really nice system, and I'm glad to add it to my collection as my first OLED, but also my first limited edition actual console, because my other one was just the Joy-Cons. Anyway, I paid $350, and it's worth $350 because it is a new product, although that price might have gone up by now. So now I'm going to show you the stuff that I haven't actually gone over, and these are pretty cool pickups, honestly. One is from Amazon, two are from Video Games Plus. Yes, I went back to Video Games Plus, and one is from Amazon. And I'm not going to say what it is on camera because it's a Christmas present. But I think you'll know who it's for. Well, I'm going to tell you who it's for, but I'm not going to say what it is. Anyway, first item is this really nice Pokemon-themed Switch case. I picked this up mostly because the case that I had was not big enough for the OLED. And this one is much bigger. So much, in fact, that I have room to store not only my extra pair of Joy-Cons and my straps, but 10 games. And it's like a hard shell case. Very nice. Happy to have that, and I think it's a big improvement over my old Switch case, which barely fit my Switch in games. Anyway, I paid $13 out of pocket for this. This does no value because it's an accessory, but pretty cool. Alright, so Video Games Plus, I know I've talked about them before, but essentially they are a Canadian retailer who seems to get a lot of reprints of harder to find games that you happen to get. I actually got my Persona 5 or Persona Dancing collection from them, and I picked up two more games, one of which is for a console that I badly needed a physical game for because I didn't have any. One is a very limited edition game, although it's still available, so I guess it's not that limited, but we'll see. Anyway, we have Code Realize on the PS Vita, a brand new sealed PS Vita game, Future Blessings. This is apparently a visual novel. I didn't know that, but it was a PS Vita game that I could get sealed for like $20. So not bad at all. I mostly needed it to fill out an order so I could get free shipping. But I figured, you know what, might as well grab a PS Vita game. So I got this. I paid, I think, $20 for it, and it's worth $22 in sealed condition. So it's worth a little more than what I paid. And then this is the reason why I got that game mostly, is because I was curious about this. It looks interesting. Don't know much about it, but it looks cool, and it is a very limited physical copy, and so I have a hunch this might become very valuable in the future. We have the Eternal Castle on the PS4. So this is a old school like action game. I don't know much about it. Has very distinct art style, that's for sure. But this game was limited to 1,500 copies. It hasn't sold out yet, so I'm guessing it's not like a huge demand, at least not yet. But it sounded cool, and I wanted to make sure I got one just because it sounded like an interesting game and an interesting addition to the collection. So I snagged it, paid 25 bucks out of pocket. And it's worth 25 because it's a new release game. I don't think the value has been updated yet on price charting. Okay, and then this is the last one, and this was the big one. So this is a Christmas present for Corey, and I already talked about one of them. I'm kind of going big on Christmas this year. I want to get pretty much everybody like a little more than what they would be expecting, mostly because A, I'm making more money, but B, I know this year's been pretty hard for a lot of folks, so I want to do my best to really make Christmas kind of a special time of year. And I did so by getting Corey a couple games, and I'm going to get a third part to this that I have not gotten yet, and you'll probably see it on a future Bargain Game Hunter. But this particular item is very hard to come by. And when I originally ordered it from Amazon, I did not know what condition it would come in. Paid $60 for it. It came in much better condition than I thought. And again, I'm not going to say the title. So this game is very hard to find. It is a very uncommon game on this particular platform. And especially the fact that it came sealed, brand new sealed, is really impressive. I had no idea that it was going to come sealed because, yeah, the listing just said that they had a copy, and I wanted to snag it as soon as I could. Here's what's crazy about it. I paid 60 bucks. 60 bucks may seem like a lot for a game of that platform, of that age, but the loose disc copy goes for about 55 online. The sealed copy goes for 80. So it's worth a lot. So I really hope he likes it because that was not a cheap game to buy. But I think it's one of those things where he's really gonna appreciate it because he is a huge fan of that particular franchise. And yeah, I think he's really gonna like it. So that's pretty much it for this week. We got a lot of stuff. I traded in a lot of stuff. Most of it went towards picking up some pre-orders, as well as some of it went towards my upcoming pre-order of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, which is coming out very, very soon. I cannot wait to actually sit down and play that, so that's going to be a good time. But yeah, we picked out some solid games. We got some fun stuff. And of course, I got a new Switch, which is, of course, absolutely a highlight of the week. Can't go better than that. So that is going to do it for this episode of the Bargain Game Hunter. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're new around here, be sure to hit the subscribe button and click that notification bell. That way you know when new videos drop. Please like the video as well. Feel free to leave a comment on your favorite finds, as well as if you have any comments or suggestions about the games that I'm picking up per week. I'm always down to interact with everybody. I try to comment on every single comment I can, as long as it's appropriate. So definitely want to keep that engagement up. We're getting really close to hitting 400 subscribers as of the time of this recording, and who knows, maybe by the time this comes out, we might have already broken that number. Of course, we're aiming for 1,000, so we can get this channel on the partner program. And once that happens, then I will hopefully be able to do even more game hunting adventures. And I will tell you, the plan is once we hit 1,000 subscribers and we join the partner program, I'm going to do a very special Bargain Game Hunter episode where everything I pick up is going to be given away. So keep that in mind. If you've not subscribed, you have to be subscribed. You have to click the notification bell. And then once I'm able to hit that mark, hit 1,000 subscribers, as well as hit that watch time mark, which we're actually pretty close to as well. So watch a bunch of old videos if you have not watched them yet. Then we're going to do a big giveaway, and it's going to be fun. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next episode next week of the Bargain Game Hunter. Bye-bye.